Hey, hello, hello, hello. This is Mirella Kaell, your location
Mirella.
gal. Welcome. I have a really special guest for you today. It's a mystery guest, and he's actually very far away right now, like across America. So I would like to introduce to you Josh Stevenson. And Josh, can you please hop on and tell us where you are joining us from?
Well, hello, Mirella. So excited to be here. I am here on the East Coast of the United States. I'm in Columbia, South Carolina. And so we are 3 hours different. So 3 o'clock right now, 12 o'clock over that way. But still excited to see your wonderful face and smiling face. It's always good to see you.
Well, same here, Josh. Josh, you are just such a wonderful person. And I am so glad that we met and already exchanged some information. Hopefully, we can help the client on each coast, so to speak. So I just wanted to know, I think we froze for a minute here. So this may happen every once in a while. So just if I see it happening, I will repeat the question or whatever we're doing. So I apologize off the bat if that happens. Okay, so I know you sent me a little bio, which is wonderful. I appreciate it. But I have to tell you, I did just a little bit of research and I found something really cool about you. And what it is, it's your tagline. And I think this is the best tagline that I have ever seen, actually. And not only in real estate, but like in general. And would you please care to share? Oh, share the tagline.
So the biggest piece is I care. And
Thank
and
you.
that is such an
Period.
important piece to me. I care because so many times, so many processes, so many experiences in life is that it just seems like people don't care. It seems like it doesn't matter, it's not a big deal. And I think there's a fine line between saying I won't be affected by something and I want to care about the person and their experience and what they go through. And I think that's what I've experienced so much is that when people don't care, it's extremely painful, it's extremely hurtful. And when they do care, it is a blessing and just such a positive and wonderful experience. And that is who I am. I am someone who cares and who wants to find out what's best for you and to show you during the transaction in real estate, whether it be friendship or if we're end up in a counseling session. I'm not a licensed counselor. Don't treat me like a counselor. And yet I'm often like, tell me about your experiences that really made you wanted to sell your house and move on to this new way of life. It's we find ourselves wearing so many hats and caring about the client every step through the transaction and caring about even before they're a licensed and signed client when they're a customer, caring about what's important to them and trying to allow them to have a positive and wonderful experience before they ever even sign paperwork to work with us so that they know that the experience they're going to get once they're a client is going to be top notch, 5 star, and just an incredible experience with me.
Well, I have no doubt that that's what happens. And I know that, in our business, I always say that this is really about life and real estate's
Mm,
kind of a byproduct.
mhm.
Because, I mean, what drives most decisions if you're an individual homeowner, even if you have a little bit of an investment somewhere, it's usually life decisions. Like, what are you going to do next? So I think it's paramount that you care, that we care. And I just loved it. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
I care, period. You don't even
Yes.
have to say anything, phone. I do have one little phrase that you could possibly use in the future.
Give it to me. I
And
love it.
it's you can count on me,
Oh, I like that. Yes.
right?
That's very good. That's
And
very
my
good. Yeah.
little my little line, if I may share, is
Yeah.
before my signature on my email, and it says, "I'm here for you."
Okay. I love it.
So it's kind of like, I mean, this, I don't mean to like say, hey, listen to my tagline. It's
No,
just
it's a great tagline.
because it's what I mean. It's like,
Yes.
and like you said, in the course of what it means to people to change their lifestyle, sell everything and move to the other side of the country and basically leave, 20 years sometimes behind them or more of their lives, like everything, all the
Mhm.
memories, everything they've had. It's a really gutsy and hard thing to do. And even if it's in the younger stage of your life, like if people are changing jobs and have to change, right? The environment. So I think with someone with you that's just like a ray of sunshine, if they get to hang out with you, they get to see the positive side of things right away because you will show them
Mhm.
all the best things on the other side, so to speak. So they have something to look forward to because change is also great. Change is not
Yeah.
all, a problem, right? I mean, it's life is driven by change. And yes, we go up and down and it's a roller coaster. But, think about all the experiences in life that we would miss if we didn't have change. It's so you have to kind of take that on. And I think, especially in this world that we live in these days, it's just, the positive part of it, anywhere you can find it, it's really, really something that we need to hang on to because,
Yeah.
you know, right? And just
Yeah.
tell me, I know you have a beautiful family.
I
You
do.
shared with me, you have a beautiful wife and three children.
3 children,
Can
yes.
you tell me what ages they are again?
Yes, Micah is 7. He'll be 8 this year. Nora Eleanor is 5 this year. And Monty Montgomery is 8 months. And so he is almost 1. He is teething. He has very strong lungs. He's probably going to be a singer just because he can really project his voice
I love,
really loudly.
wow, you might have an opera singer. Are you
Yeah,
are you a
all
singer? Is your wife a singer? Are you guys into singing at all?
I sing a lot. I'll sing in the
Wow.
shower and in front of others. She will only sing behind closed doors. But she loves music a lot, and I did choir starting in 4th grade, so I've been in music my whole life.
See, I love this. I love not knowing these things when my
Yeah.
guest is sharing this because now I know something new. That's
Yeah.
amazing because I can tell you do have a nice voice. And by the way, I'd like to apologize. I
Thank you.
have kind of a bad voice right now, but I did a lot of travel on the coast over the weekend because my nephew was in town, my godson, and we kind of had a nice little time together for my birthday weekend.
Very nice.
Anyway, so that was really sweet. Yeah. But I love knowing this about you. Wow. So have you ever tried any talent competition?
None of those. I go back and forth on thinking like I enjoy it and then making something out of it. I'm a jack of all trades, and so I love learning about things and doing those things. I sing with my church and sing just actually one of my the things that I do for clients and sometimes will be play the harmonica or play or sing for them just as a way to make them feel special. Um, so it's just something I
That's so
like to do to a
awesome.
little
Yeah.
bit different. Yeah.
Wow, that is another individual stamp that you put on your brand, my friend. Josh
Yeah.
Stevenson, he will entertain you. Yeah, I love
Yes,
it.
yes.
I love it. Yeah,
Yeah,
wonderful. But do you tend to sing like pop songs
yeah.
or more opera? Or what do you sing usually?
So, I was trained in college for opera, and so, the notes or like, all those things, like, that's fine, but, like, a lot of the people that at least I know, I don't enjoy those as much. I do a lot of singing with church, and then I, enjoy pop songs, but if you made me jump on a karaoke. My number one song will be Britney Spears. Oops, I did it again. My number two will be Eminem's Lose Yourself, and my number three will probably be
Okay,
it seems.
you it
Oh,
was
you're back
going.
to it. A little bit of
Okay, it
freezing.
was
Yeah.
cutting us a little bit here. So tell me the third one again. The third choice.
Oh, sorry. The
What was
third
the
one, Hootie and the Blowfish. Yeah, either uh Hold My Hand by Hootie and the Blowfish or Let Her Cry.
okay,
About
wonderful.
tomorrow, let her cry. Yeah, one of those.
How fun. I love this.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that you were trained in opera though, because you do have, I don't know, there's a quality to people's voices when they speak, and you can sort of tell that. Wonderful. Well, I love this.
Appreciate
Now
that.
tell
Thank
me,
you.
let's switch a little bit to the real estate side for a second. I was curious if you can tell me, How is the market right now, and what are the primary areas that you cover, Josh, in your business?
Fantastic question. So it's so interesting. I think you were talking on your podcast just about like how the market was going and what was looking at, and we actually had I saw a study that was talking about buyer's market versus the seller's market. And so much of our market is by price point and by area. And so location is absolutely everything. And the amount of homes that we have, we've seen a continual rise in supply, but a lot of that supply is going to be our luxury, and our luxury is different than yours. I know because our luxury starts at 750,000. That's what your like first time home buyer price point.
Well, if you're a first-time home buyer, that is luxury for you, especially in Silicon Valley,
Yeah.
if you even land a home, right? I mean,
Right,
seriously. But
right.
there are some
Yeah,
really beautiful
yeah.
condos, that you can get, beautiful townhome.
Yes,
Yes. Yeah. My friend just actually had
yes.
on the market that was a one bedroom, and it went for an unbelievable price, like almost 600,000 or so, which is like, whoa. Okay, so tell me, so what do you consider
Wow.
it, and how is your market over there right
So our
now?
market is noted mainly by homes over the 350 to 450 range. That range we're starting to see more and more homes sit on the market. If a home is in the highest desirable homes, whether it be the most desirable um, areas like Lexington One, or if it be around Lake Murray, or if it is one of those vacation homes, then it's going to go really quickly, and it can be anywhere between 600 to 1.5 $2 million and sell very quickly. If it is not updated, then usually it will sit on the market for a little bit longer. And that's the interesting piece that we're seeing right now, that there's a wider range of homes that are sitting on the market for 30, 45, 60 days, or even expiring because they're not updated, and sellers want that top dollar, and they're not getting it because the home needs work, as opposed to the home that's move-in ready, cleaned, fresh paint, updated. It will usually sell in those first 14 to 21 days. And so we see a lot of those, but we have a very small portion of homes that are under that 150 price point. And so we're starting to see a lot of those buyers become renters. And then that in turn is pushing the rental market up. And so then we see investors jumping in to want to purchase those homes under 200, 250 to be able to rent out and to have good positive cash flow. And so that's where anything under 250 is likely flying off the market. Imagine, which is interesting, I'm sure, for you
Right.
to hear. It's like,
That
that's a
price point.
bedroom.
Yeah. It's well, I know exactly. We have like literally like, just recently there was some kind of a crazy little apartment, or not apartment like
Mm,
place that sold for an exorbitant amount. But we had this crazy market before, like maybe 2 years ago was the height of it, where it was
mhm,
no contingencies and multiple offers,
mm.
tons of them. I had one competing against 16 offers. That was my highest number of offers that I was competing with my buyers, and we landed that one actually. So that was
So I
woohoo.
got to hear about this. So
Yeah.
how did you compete with 16 other offers? What did you
Well,
do?
we had to, bid on the house and not the price. So,
Hmm.
among other things, of course, we considered what
Yeah.
was the limit and what my clients could do, but we wrote probably 5 offers before this. And this happened to
Mm,
be like the previous house we went for was really what they really liked, or they thought they really liked. And I, at the same time, I was pointing out that this is a fixer upper, a kind of a little shoddy job, as far as I'm sorry to say, the kitchen. I can talk them out of it if that's the case. I have no problem with it. And I
mhm,
won't even say much, and they get to know me. So they know if I don't talk much, it's not a good sign. So they're like, why is she not saying anything? Well, so
mm.
long story short, the next one, we knew that we had to be really serious about if they wanted to compete and win that house. So we still, I mean, we weren't as off the page, let's say, as some people could be in this market or any market when it's that high of a demand. But yeah, they did go over asking price. But also all things included, and the lender and all the things that seller could depend on was very important.
Mm,
As you know, Josh, the price itself alone is not always the only factor, right? In fact,
right.
many times it's not, right? So
Hmm.
we had another situation in the house where we got beat out by other offers. So I would say that one was the largest number of offers, but going in, we kind of knew that it would have been a very long shot. At the same time, my
Hmm.
clients really liked it. And so, it was one of those kind of unique properties that looked kind of like Architectural Digest, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, but had a view of the city, San Francisco, a little
Wow.
bit. And so that pushed it up. Even, the agent grew up in the area like you. She was in real estate, forever. And so it was priced correctly at 1.1 or so.
Hmm.
And it ended up going for so much more that she was shocked when she called me. She's like, Mirella, I wish I had better news for you. But she's like, we had 28 offers. And she said,
Wow.
guess how many of these offers were really, really high. And she's like, I can't tell you the exact price right now, but you know how it goes. But she goes,
Yeah.
12 of them were 500,000 or more over asking. 12.
Oh my
So on that
gosh.
particular home, we wrote like 50K over, and that was a lot for my client
Wow.
because
Yeah.
they're normal people. They work, they have great, jobs, but I
Yeah.
mean, there are people that come and wipe people out. But this was a unique situation. So this home ended up going for 800,000 over asking.
Hmm.
So that was crazy. That was
So
that was crazy. So
the
anyways, but
people who are buying the people who are buying those homes, where are they coming from? Like, where are they
It's a
getting
good
this money?
question. Well, a lot of people there are a lot of people with money here in Silicon Valley, and there's stock options, there is basically millionaires, people that sell companies, and they invest, and there's a lot of venture capitalists, and
Hmm.
there's also companies that buy these homes. Believe me, we don't like to compete with
Yeah.
all this, right? But this is the reality. And
Yeah.
nowadays, though, it cooled off for a while, probably for you guys too. It looks like we're gonna start over in a second because we're
Mm.
talking still. If you don't mind, if it cuts me off, I'll come back. We'll come back again a little bit, okay? Because we got 3 minutes.
Yeah, I think it says 3.5 minutes. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll jump in again. Yeah, yeah.
So we're gonna have to jump on again. I'm sorry, I haven't upgraded yet. And
Yeah.
I'm actually changing platforms, so I'm gonna have to do
It's okay.
different stuff. But
Okay.
I want to ask you now, though. Let's switch to you because
Okay.
this is about you, and look at me talking. But I just kind of wanted to answer your question, and I hope I did. Um, with this
Yeah.
particular house that we won, yeah, we went, basically we went made sure that the seller was, on the same page, that we had a great lender, all these things that they worked together, and that's how we were able to do it. And I even got a little credit from the seller, from my buyers, for towards closing costs. So
Oh, wow.
on the flip side, yeah, because they were so
Yeah.
happy. They were so happy with the whole thing. So
Wow.
it all kind of, it has to be a win-win and a good vibe, basically. When I go in, I have that whole thing going, right? I want to make sure that everyone's happy. And that's
Mm,
important. And I know that you
yeah.
do, because guess what? You care.
Yeah.
So, Josh,
Yeah.
tell me, so you were mentioning some interesting investment opportunities out there. So are there short-term rentals available still out in your area?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. Short-term rentals are actually a big part of a lot of our investors' portfolios because those rental rates are so much higher than normal. And so, if you imagine purchasing a home between two and $300,000 and making somewhere between $3,000 and $4,000 a month, I think that there's a huge opportunity there for you to be able to cash flow with it only 20% down, and much more so if you're paying all cash. And so what we found is a lot of investors will look at homes and based on the cash flow, either being able to pay cash or put down 20% towards an investment, being able to have a considerable amount of cash flow. The biggest piece they run into is finding a good property manager who's already has that Airbnb, that the accredited and the super host, so that once you're a super host, then your properties get shown more and more. And so that's one of the big pieces that a lot of hosts will run into is they don't have yet that super host rating, and it's not super easy to get. But once you get it, it makes your property stand out. Uh, Tenants and renters are more likely to choose your property over others. And so that's a big opportunity to finding a property manager that is already has a superhost rating, and that's somebody who will charge you a fair amount, but also making sure that they are able to handle a short-term renter's needs and issues that pop up on a quick basis, because it's much more like a hotel where you need to solve a problem quickly rather than saying, oh, we'll get to that next week. Well, next week is too late. Their stay's probably over. And so you have to be able to respond to issues quickly and also do so where it makes sense for the property manager money wise, and it makes sense for you so you're not losing all your profit to a property manager.
Gotcha. Josh, we're gonna be back because it's gonna
Yes.
cut me off from
It's
you.
going to cut us off.